reflecting, and the humidity is 76%. Okay, so we know it's Halloween, and what do polar bears like at Halloween? And we're joined by Linda. And first of all, the name of the 3 polar bears?
Inukshuk's the one in the water, Nikita, and Aurora.
Okay, now the water is cool, but I know Inukshuk loves it.
We hope he does.
You're like, okay, here we go. We've got 3 pumpkins, and I think Inukshuk's going to get the first one. 3, 2, 1. Now, will they eat the whole pumpkin?
We hope so.
Oh, look, it's floating. Okay, will the girls go in the water?
Well,
I don't know. They're looking at you.
Not.
Here we go. I got one. Ladies, 1, 2, 3.
Those 2 went well.
Might go for that one.
Yeah, so far, so good, Tom.
Don't worry, ladies. I got one more.
One more.
Here we go, ladies. 3, 2, 1. Whoop.
You could actually hear the plop. That was the mic going in the water.
Did his mic go in? He threw his mic in. I can't believe it. With the pumpkin. Well, what are we going to do?
Well, we can talk. What's he going to do?
I don't know what he's going to do, but well, now
Jump
that he
in
can't
after
say
him.
anything, let's say something about that snow that we just saw. I know, you're a goof.
No, he's talking about the fact he'll jump in after it. All right.
Oh, right, I don't think so.
We'll see if we can talk to him again.
Coming
later.
up next, we all know how important our eyesight is. For children, eyesight can often be the difference between A's and B's.
Okay, what happened there,
Our health
Tom?
reporter, Pauline Chan-
Okay, if you've ever held a volleyball, any large ball, pumpkin. Now, I have my mic because I'm doing the weather at the Toronto Zoo, right? So I've got my mic. Now, the first 2 times, I just threw the pumpkin. But the last pumpkin, I guess I opened both hands.
Right.
And
there goes the mic.
There goes the mic. Now, what happened after that is obviously we had to get the polar bears out of the water and out of their exhibit because we were worried a polar bear would think it was an education toy and go down and swallow it, get it lodged in its throat. So it was like, it was a scramble. It was a panic to get those polar bears.
Potential PR disaster.
Absolutely.
That one of our beloved polar bears choked to death.
Could you imagine my legacy?
CTV Toronto microphone that Tom Brown erroneously threw into the water.
So we had to get those polar bears out of the exhibit, and they went into their own little habitats. Then we had, because this is October, so it's fall. The polar bears throughout the day have been rolling in the mud and the grass, so when they're diving in the water, now the water is like gravy. It's dirty.
It's murky, yeah.
And there's an actual viewing window below the water. That
I remember this.
Yeah. So, but we were down there, and we had our flashlights trying to figure out where this mic is, thinking we could get a net, like when you clean your backyard swimming pool and get the mic out. The water was so murky, so dirty, we couldn't. So we had to get all the polar bears out. Then we had to drain the entire tank. And then somebody just went down with a ladder and grabbed that microphone.
So, okay, what were you thinking when you see I've had an experience, nothing like this because it wasn't, thankfully no one recorded it, but I was on the Humber Bay Bridge, okay? This is going over the Humber River on a bike, and I wanted to take a photo. Long story short is I took a photo, but basically I had this apparatus on my bike that had a spring thing in it, and it projected my phone into the Lake Ontario.
Right.
And I remember, so I'm standing there on the bridge watching, and it felt like an eternity. It was only probably about 2 or 3 seconds, but I'm watching my phone go into the lake, and I'm thinking, that was dumb. Like, what were you thinking when you're watching this microphone go into the water?
Well, I watched that clip, and I remember there was so much nervous energy because I was truly embarrassed. Thinking of the repercussions. I was thinking about the polar bears. There were so many thoughts that were going, but I'm live on camera. It's not like I can just turn and get into panic mode. I don't know if the camera's still on me. They can't hear me, but I'm trying to explain to them that my mic went in the water. You make light of it, and I actually thought at some point the Toronto Zoo would have displayed that microphone. And because there was a baby polar bear, a cub that was born, I don't know how many months later, and I said they should have called it Mike, M-I-C, and it explained this is how this bear came to be in his name. But it was one of those things where I panicked. I have such an incredible relationship with the Toronto Zoo, one of my favorite places in Toronto. I've had such a long history with the Toronto Zoo, and I just thought, did I just tarnish that relationship by something that I did? But it wasn't intentional. It was purely accidental. It wasn't like it was a fake microphone I threw in there. It was just, it
was an accident.
It was an accident. But
and you can understand how, when you watch the video, and you can find it on YouTube, you can understand how that mistake would happen. But again, this went pretty viral in that it's probably the most popular Tom Brown clip on YouTube, for example, and it's shared, far and wide. Tom Brown, weather anchor.
One of the
throws
bloopers, Anderson Cooper called up.
Yeah.
And he made
Like,
it sound
so
like it
really-
was my polar bear.
But they should be thanking you because you brought so much attention to you brought so much attention to the zoo and the polar bears, and you brought so much attention to CTV Toronto's newscast.